Hi, I'm John and this is Foxlow Academy. Becoming a professional photographer literally changed my life. We opened our studio at the end of 2018 with a very limited budget. We actually opened our entire studio for less than £10,000, which is somewhere around $14,000, and that was a fixed amount of money, so there wasn't more money to reinvest, and that meant that everything had to pay for itself. So the first and really a crucial thing is finding the right space to open a studio. Now, you don't need tons of space, you don't need a big industrial unit unless of course you're photographing cars, but for a portrait studio where you're focusing on small groups of people or even just individuals in our case, it doesn't need to be a massive space. But you do need to consider various things. If you are going to be shooting a lot with natural light, which we do, you do need to consider window placements, whether you've got appropriate space to set up backdrops. Using a lot of natural light, we made sure that we chose a studio with big windows on two sides, which gave us lots of options for where to shoot. These things are really important to consider because although you can change the decor and the colour of your rooms, you can't change where the windows are, where the radiators are, things like that. So looking at the room layout, making sure you've got enough storage, something that we don't have, is really important. Working on a budget does mean that you'll probably have to do quite a lot of things yourself. So in our case, painting the walls and decorating was not a problem, but when it came to laying a new laminate flooring, we needed to enlist help. We couldn't have done that ourselves, so we had to get someone in who knew what they were doing. Another example of this is that we were happy enough to create our own website using a template service, but we didn't want to skimp when it came to our logo and branding. So in that case, we did actually pay for a graphic designer to do that. There are sites such as Fiverr where you can get a logo and some branding designed on a budget. We decided that it was important to us, so we did actually hire a graphic designer to do the work for us. Something else that you're going to need to spend money on in the early days is sample products. People will buy what you show them, so you need examples of the kind of things you want to sell. So for us, that was wall art. We wanted examples of frames and frameless panels that we could sell to people, so we needed examples on the wall, and also things like albums. It is something that you will have to spend money on, and sample products aren't necessarily cheap, but they are essential to get you started. Because we were on a budget, everything had to pay for itself. Everything that we bought had to be a considered purchase, and we kind of went with a three-step approach. Everything we spend money on has to either A, improve our client's experience, B, improve the quality of the photographs, or C, make our lives easier or save us time. So to give you an example of where we spent money using these three rules, the first one being improving our client's experience. When we were buying things and setting things up, we bought our essential equipment, and then we had to decide where else to spend money and what would provide value to our clients. So one of the things that we bought, which was definitely not an essential purchase, but did add value to our clients, meant they'd have a better experience with us, was a nice coffee machine. It meant that when a client arrives with us, we're not just making them instant coffee, we can offer them a cappuccino, and we felt that that was something that was worth investing in for our business. Something we spent money on that would improve the photography was various bits of furniture. It meant that we had more options when it came to posing, gave us more variety, and a key thing to selling more photographs is providing more variety to your clients. So this was pretty essential. And something that we purchased to make our lives easier and to save us time was a good quality CRM. Now that stands for Customer Relationship Manager, and what it is a bit of software that basically manages your diary. You can input leads, you can schedule tasks. It really is an all-in-one piece of software for running the business. You can do all of these things using Google Docs and spreadsheets and various other bits of software, but this is an all-in-one solution, and for a pretty low monthly subscription cost, it's well worth it. We use Lightblue, they're based in the UK. It's an amazing bit of software. It does everything that we need it to do and helps us stay organised and keep on top of tasks. There are obvious essential costs that you're going to need to get you started. Camera, lenses, SD cards, hard drives, computer, all of those kind of things. But if you're a professional photographer thinking of opening a studio, or even an enthusiast that's wanting to learn about it, there's a good chance that you'll have all or at least some of this equipment already. So that gives you a bit of a head start. These really are your kind of key tools, and they're things that you don't want to skimp on. So they are things you are going to have to spend money on. Photography equipment is expensive, but you can't open a studio without it. The key to all of this really is that you need to keep your overheads as low as possible if you want to be profitable. By following these tips, we managed to be in profit within 2 months. This doesn't mean that you have to be tight. You do want to spend money on things that improve your client experience and give a luxury feel to the service you're offering, but you can't be frivolous if you want to stay in business. So applying all of these tips not only helped us to build our business, become profitable very quickly and grow, but it's also enabled us to survive the pandemic and come out the other side in a good position, because by keeping our overheads low, it meant that when we weren't able to work, we were able to button down the hatches. We weren't spending huge amounts of money, although obviously we did still have costs involved in the business, but it did mean that we were able to come out the other side and restart where we left off. So I hope this has been helpful. If it has, hit the like button. Opening a photography studio doesn't have to cost a fortune. Obviously, whenever we're talking about money, everything's relative, but for a relatively low cost, we managed to open and grow our business. Focus on the essentials, decide what you want to spend money on, and apply the 3 rules. Everything has to improve your client experience, improve the photographs, or save you time and make your life easier. Once you start making money, you can reinvest, and that is key. You always need to reinvest so you can continue growing, continue improving your business, improving your photography, and improving your client's experience. I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification so you know when we release new videos, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care, bye bye. Or make your life easier and
You were so close. Why did you say and?